So this is the way of checking the other condition within the if block using else if. So if this condition is not valid, if it fails, then it goes on checking the next condition, and if it is true, then it prints this value. So now if execute it, A is equal to B. So this is the way of using elif keyword. Okay. And else is also a keyword which catches if anything is missing, if anything is not catching in these two statements. At the end you can give this else only with colon. See here, 200 and 333, we have assigned these two variables A and B, and we are comparing with B is greater than A. So it is not valid, right? So it is false. Now again it is going to the next condition. Elif A is equal to B. This is also not satisfied, right? Because A is 200 and B is 33. This is also false condition. Now it goes to the last statement and it prints this value. A is greater than B. So this is the way of using else. That means if any of the above conditions are not true, it catches the last statement, that is else. It goes to the last statement, else part. Okay. This is one way of using else. The other way is here, if you want to check without any condition in the next statement, here if B is greater than A, B is greater than A. Else directly you can use else also. B is not greater than A. Okay. You got this? Any doubts till here? These are very simple. And the shorthand form of if statement here, if you have only one statement to execute, you can put it in once. If you can put it in the same line. See here, if A is greater than B colon, directly we can here itself you can print that whatever the statement you wanted to use, you can use it there itself in the single statement using just only colon. Okay. Likewise, the shorthand form of else also like this here. Print A if, see, this if condition is satisfied, that means if this is returning true, then this first statement will be executed by Python interpreter. Okay. Else print B. You got it? This is very simple, right? See, whatever the true condition statement if you wanted to use, just use it before that if statement, and in the else part, the second statement you can use it. So this technique is also known as ternary operator or conditional expressions. Any doubt? This is in a single statement. See how it is very simple, right? It is executing this before if statement if it is returning true. Otherwise, it prints this, it executes this statement. The same way, if you want to use three conditions in a single statement, see here, print A if A is greater than B. This first statement executes only if this if condition is true, else print is equal to. If A is equal to B, else print B. So what is the output of the statement? Can anyone tell? Are you able to hear my voice?
It should be equal to.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Because see, this statement is failed right here. A is not greater than B. So this will not execute. Then again it goes to the else part. Print is equal to if A is equal to B. So now it is comparing these two values and it satisfies the condition. It is true. It is returning true. Then it is execute the statement. So now output will be is equal to. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible. Yes.
Can you please explain this logic once more?
See. See here, we have declared two variables, that is A and B. We have assigned the same value 330 to these two variables. We are going to use if else conditions in three parts with three conditions. Okay, see here. First we are comparing A is equal to B. If this statement is true, then it prints this value, print A. Okay, this is one part, first part. Else print is equal to if A is equal to B. This is second statement, second condition. So now as this A is greater than B is returning false, then it goes to the else part and it prints if this condition satisfies. Now A is equal to B is true. Now this prints this value. Else print B. If any of these conditions not matches, then it goes to this last statement. So now it is matching this condition and it is printing this value. We'll see this here.
So basically, this is a two if statement, correct? Separate if statement.
Yes, yes,
Am
yes,
I
exactly.
correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
See, instead of writing in multiple lines, we can also use it in a single line. This is a shorthand form of writing if else
Sure.
statements. Now, we can also use logical operators along with if conditions. So, you know already and or not are the logical operators, but these are small letters only. So, the and keyword is a logical operator and is used to combine conditional statements. Here A, B, C, we have taken three variables and assigned three different numbers, and we are comparing one number with other number and also combining the other condition. See, if A is greater than B and C is greater than A. So, if these two conditions are true, then only the following statement is executed. So A is 200, B is 333. First condition satisfied. C is 500 and A is 33. Sorry, A is 200. Now second condition is also satisfied because 500 is greater than 200. Now both conditions are true. That is the output. Okay. Likewise, the OR keyword is a logical operator. It is used to combine the conditions and it gives the true means it execute the below statement if any one of these two conditions is returning true. Okay. See, and or are two logical operators. And is also and or is also used to combine two statements. But when we are using and here, if we want to check both the conditions are true, then we use and. If any one of the condition is true, we can use or. So this is the way of or and operators usage. Okay. Not here. It's nothing but negative condition. Not keyword is a logical operator and you use to reverse the result of the conditional statement. Like here, A is equal to 33 and B is equal to 200. If not A is greater than B, if not A is greater than B, then print this statement. Okay. Just it is reversing. Basically, if you do not give this not operator, what is the result? If you do not use not here, what is the result? Nothing, right? A is 33, B is 200, which is false. And if you want to reverse that condition, you can use this not. Okay. Likewise, we can use the if statement inside the if conditions. Like here, this is called a nested if. We can have if statements inside if statement. Suppose here we are checking first x is greater than 10, above 10. Again within this block, we are checking the other condition if x is greater than 20. Print and also above 20. Else but not above 20. So this else part is applicable only for this if condition, because this is defined in one block. The entire from here to here, this is another block. Got it? This is nothing but nested if. Any doubts till here? The past statement. If statements cannot be empty, but if you for some reason want to put some pass to avoid getting some errors. So here A is equal to 33 and B is equal to 200. If B is greater than A, just pass. We'll check this. So just it is passing that, means holding, just halting there using that pass statement. Okay. And if you want to see some way of using in a diagrammatic way, I have prepared conditional execution statements by using here. You know what is this? This is nothing but a flow chart. This is a decision making symbol, and these are the input and output statements. So here we are giving x is equal to 5. If x is less than 10, it goes, if that condition, if this condition is true, and it is printing this value. If it is not true, if it is no, then going to checking the next condition. Here, see this example: x is equal to 5, and if x is less than 10, print smaller. If x is greater than 20, print bigger. Finish. So this is the way of using if statements. So we know all these are comparison operators or conditional operators. So these are all returning either true or false by using another example. We will see some of the examples I have noted here in this notepad. See, you know already about lists, right? So this lists means this list of cars is a variable of list type which is having 4 strings inside the list. So for car in cars, we are taking another variable temporarily. So this is assigned all these variables one by one. First time, in this list of cars, RD is assigned to car variable, and inside this block, remember this is another block we are starting by giving indentation, by following indentation spaces. If car is equal to BMW, then car dot upper. Just we are converting this. If this condition matches, we are converting all these characters into uppercase. Else, print all other list items with beginning with the capital letter. Understood this condition? We are checking this condition inside the for loop. First, it is taking this value into this car RD. It is checking. Now it is false. So going to this else part and printing first letter as initial letter. Title means first letter initial. Again, it is going and checking for car in cars. Now BMW assigned to this car. Now it is comparing. Now this condition satisfied. This is returning true. Now it is converting the entire string into uppercase. Now we'll see this. Likewise, it goes to the next list item assigning to this car, and next time again it is printing normal. Else it goes to the else part because it is not matching this condition. So here we are printing only the BMW in caps, all uppercase. Only that single word is printing in uppercase. All other are initial starting with the. Understood this example? Likewise, we can use these for loops along with if conditions within using this list. Not only list, dictionaries also we can use. The other example, we have assigned A is equal to 19. If A is greater than or equal to 18, you are old enough to vote. Okay, if you want to input this, you know already input command, right? Input function. So we will remove this. Now if you execute this, oh sorry, we have missed one. Okay, now see here, enter your age. It is halting and waiting for the input from the user. So we have to give some 20. I am giving. Now it is going and checking this condition. If A is greater than or equal to 18, print you are older, and also this statement. Two statements we are printing. So we have entered 20. Now this true. It is matching this condition. It is late today. So again, we will test it with a negative condition. Suppose if we enter 16 now here, what is the output? Nothing, right? So it won't print anything because it is not satisfied this condition. In the same way, if you want to use the else part, so here it is printing. So in this, now it is waiting for the input. If we give some number 20 or 25, suppose 22 we have given. So what is the output here? If a is greater than or equal to 18, now age is 22, we are giving the input. So now it is comparing. It is satisfied this condition, right? So it prints these two statements here. If you give below this 18, suppose if you give 15, it prints this second else statement. So sorry, you are too young to vote. Please register your vote. So this is the way of using if and else. And elif, one more example here. If a is less than 4, your admission cost is 0. Elif means else if a is less than 18, your admission cost is 2,500 rupees. Else it prints this value. Okay. So what is the output of this statement? So what we give? We have not given anything, right? So we can assign this age is equal to so now if we give 17, so it is going to check this elif part because 17 is less than 18, so it is printing this value. That is the way of using. Likewise, instead of printing every time in this if block, just you can assign this another way. Like here you can take another variable price, assign these values, whatever the values you wanted to print. At the end of the last block, like after this entire if condition, you can print that value. The same statements can be printed here, but we have to insert that price here. So how to insert it by using this format. Within the print format, if you give f here, we can pass the values by using this curly braces, so that it inserts whatever the matched value, assigned value will be here. So now what is the output here? We have assigned a is equal to 12. Now it 2,500. Exactly. So here this is the output. Earlier we have used print statement within each condition. Instead of that, we can take one variable and assign those amount or price. Later, at the end of the if block, we can use that print or whatever the statement you wanted to use. And if you omit else block here if you omit the else block here, it only considers any one of these matched values, if any one of these conditions. So now we have assigned 12 to age, comparing each statement. Here age is less than 4, price is 0. If elif age is less than 18, price is so and so, so and so, so and so. elif again, if elif is greater than or equal to 65,000. So now 12
But
is,
in this case, 12 is less than 18.
pardon me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the matching condition. So price is assigned to this value 2500. Okay.
Sir, in the previous example,
Okay.
so 12 is less than 65 also, right? But why is it only taking that condition which is less than 18?
Because wherever this satisfied, it concludes that, and it exists from that matched condition. It won't go to the next statement because it's satisfied here itself. So that the entire if statement is closed there itself, exists from that entire conditions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. These are some examples. You can try them. I'll share with you. Else part, multiple if conditions. Same. So the same examples we have used, right? Yes. Now we will go to the next topic, that is looping concepts. While loop and for loop, we have these two loops in Python. See, I have given two exercises within this PPT. That is, these are the two examples you have to practice at your end. Okay. Write a program to accept percentage from the user and display the grade according to the following criteria. Okay. If you input that percentage is greater than 90, grade is A. If it is in between 80 and 90, B. 60 and 80, in between these two numbers, C. And below 60, that is D. Here AND operator, A and D, simple A and D. Not the operator, just A and D, English word. If A is greater than B, and I'll show you that slide here itself. You missed these two. See here. We have assigned A, B, C values and comparing two comparisons here. A is greater than B and C is greater than A. We're combining with the help of and small letters. All are small letters only. And R and also not. All these are small letters. So these two exercises you have to practice. And the other example is exercise is write a program to accept the cost price of a bike and display the road tax to be paid according to the following criteria by using if statements. Very simple, right? This you can practice at your end. I'll share with you these exercises. Now coming to loops, while loops and for loop. So these are mainly used to repeatedly within the condition until one condition is satisfied, the following statements will be repeatedly executed. So in that way, we can use two loop commands in Python, that is while loop and for loop. While loop is nothing but here we have to assign one value while until that condition satisfies, perform all the below statements, whether it may be print statement or it may be any expression. You can also put another if statement inside this while loop. Okay. So what is the output of this statement here? We have assigned I is equal to 1 while I is less than 6, print I. First the value of I is 1, it prints 1. Again we are incrementing I plus is equal to 1. This is nothing but, what is that? I is equal, sorry, this formatting. This is nothing but I is equal to I plus 1. This is shorthand form of plus is equal to. Okay. Now it is incrementing one value and now it is 2. Again comparing with the while loop, 2 is less than 6, again printing the value.
Equal to first and less symbol next.
No, that gives error. No, that is not available here. Okay.
The result will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 only, till 5 numbers. This way also you can give the same output. There we have taken I variable, here we have taken current number, the variable name, change it just. And incrementing that current number plus is equal to 1.
Equal to after that, the result will be same. Current number is equal to plus.
No. It gives here continuously, it's unlimited, what is that? I have to break this. One second. Okay. So that is incorrect. It won't accept actually. I think it is struck. See, I did not save that file. You see that. Okay, open this. Okay, anyways, we will see that later. Now, okay, fine. Okay. So here, while loop requires relevant variables to compare, and also You need to follow the indentation here. You have to give spaces after while. And using break here, break statement, we can stop the loop even if the while condition is true. For example, we have taken I is equal to 1 while I is less than 6. The same condition we are using here. Print I if I is equal to 3, break. So what is the output of this statement here? Again, it is as usual, we are incrementing the I value. That means whenever I becomes 3, it just breaks that. Means it ignores that. Yeah, it comes out of the loop. Again, it is take the next condition, execute the next condition. No, it is printing as usual all numbers except 3. So that is the use of your operator. Is equal to plus became like this. No. Here, no Java operators will not work. We'll take another session. Later, I will recover if possible. Here, I is equal to 3, while I is less than 6. If if you want to compare two numbers with is equal to, you have to do double equal to 3, break. Coming out of the loop here, sorry, and the block. From here to here, one block. Again, we have, we're incrementing I is equal to I plus 1. Okay.
You have to print something.
Yeah, print. Same I. This we have to print. What happened to this? Now we are assigning 1 to I is less than, while I is less than 6. Suppose if you do not give these statements here, I wanted to print this. Okay, this you know already. If I is equal to 3, see for your easy understanding, or if the others also easy can easily understand, we have to follow some spaces. It's not compulsory, just for the easy readable purpose. Second, where is this end? Yeah. Here, what is happening here? If I is equal to 3, break. You can also use this break here itself. Okay. Now, what does it mean? We are stopping that execution whenever that condition, means whenever that break statement occurs inside the while loop. Now it just breaks that part and coming out of the entire loop. Suppose if you give again another statement here, end of while. So it prints that value because we are breaking that using break statement. But whereas if you go continue, the continue is another statement. See here, while I is less than 6, I is equal to I plus 1. If I is equal to 3, continue. It means what is the output here? It skips only that I is equal to 3 condition. Remaining all other statements will be executed. Okay, that is the difference between break. Break means it completes, that means it completely exits from that complete loop. But whereas continue means it only skips that part and continues to the next statement. Okay, so here, one second, I is equal to, will declare here instead of plus 1 0 I. You have to print, right? See this star mark indicating it is executing. Something happened in the interpreter side. Oh, we'll check it later. See, that is the difference between if this break and continue statements. Break halts that execution and completes there itself and coming out of the loop. But whereas continue means only it skips that statement, that certified condition statement, and it continues to the next statement onwards. Now, except 3, all numbers will be printed here from 0. Okay, from 0 in the sense we are incrementing here itself. First value will be 1 only. So it prints 1, 2, and then again it skips 3, then 4 and 5. Likewise, we can also use the else statement inside the while loop. Here, like generally we use this else statement inside the if statement. But here also we can use while I is less than 6, print I is equal to I plus 1. Else print I is no longer less than 6. So what is the purpose of this statement here? As usual, all this will be printed. Else, if after completing this condition, it goes to the else part and it prints this statement. So in that way, we can use else. But mostly we will not use this else inside the while. But this is one way we can also use this way. Okay. And for loops. You know already we have used so many times for loop. This is one of the important statement which we can use in list comprehensions and dictionary comprehensions mostly. Here, for loop is used to iterating over a sequence, that is a list of a list or a tuple or dictionary or set or a string. This is like a for keyword in other programming languages. You know that if you know other languages, the same purpose. Here we use the for loop. Here we have taken three list of items of strings assigned to fruits. If for x in fruits, print x. So it assigns the first time x is equal to apple and prints the value, and banana, then cherry. Iterating one by one. Suppose if we give 100 list of items in these fruits, all 100 items will be taken into this for loop. So temporarily that all this list one item will be assigned to x every time, and we can use that variable inside this for loop. Likewise, if we give this for x in banana, this is one string type of value. Now it is taking each letter from this string and assigned to this x. So first x is b, then x is a, then x is n, like that. We are splitting this entire string into characters or letters, assigning them into this variable x. Okay. Likewise, the break statement can be used inside the for loop, that also prints only till these two. Okay, this is I think not working. Can take next item. So you see, we have taken three items, three different fruits in this list of items, and printing first time apple, and then comparing with this first list item, that is the apple. So it is not matching. Then it is again going to the for loop. Again it is printing this banana and matching, break it. Now it is not considering this cherry. So it just stops that execution where and when you use that break statement, and it comes out of the loop or the block and executes the next continuous statements. Okay. Okay. Likewise, continue. But here we can print the value here x. We'll remove this statement here. Now we'll use continue. See here, continue means it is not stopping that execution. It is just passing there wherever the condition matches and goes to the next item and printing that value. Okay. So we can use this break and continue statement within the for loops also. Like how we used in while loops. Range function, you know already this range function, we used it in earlier examples also. So if you want to loop through a set of values with the help of range, it starts from 0 by default and increment by 1. Okay, so here x in range 6. So but I told you now last value will be omitted, only it takes from 0 to 5 only. Okay, here 2 to 6 means range of 2 to 6 means 2, 3, 4, 5 only. Okay, but not 6. See, in the range we can also step value. So here by default it is incrementing 1 every time. If you want to increment with 2 or 3, whatever the number you wanted to increment, we can pass that value as a third parameter. This means uh, for x in range of 2 to 30, step 3, in the sense it prints 2 and it skips 3 numbers. After 3 numbers again it is taking, means incrementing 3 numbers.
Then it goes to 5,
Yeah,
next 8,
like that 3 numbers will be means incremented after 2. So likewise we can use step. Range of 2 to 53. See here 2, 5, 8, 11, like that. If you give here 5, it increments 5, 2, 7, 12, like that. It is increment. This is nothing but increment value. If you do not give any value, what is the default increment?
2 to 40.
1. It is continuously printing with incrementing by default 1 value. Likewise, we can also use in the for loop, we can also use else. For x in range of 6, print x. So here else part will be considered after completion of all these statements. Okay. See another example here. The break statement within the for loop and also else part. Here the else block will not be executed if the total loop is stopped by the break statement. Remember this carefully. Here for x in range of 6, it is taking 0 to 5 numbers, right? Whenever this x is matching with 3, break. This is nothing but breaking the entire block. It does not consider this else part also. Okay? So loops within the loops. This is nothing but nested loops. Here, this is also called inner loop. Here, we used 2 list of items, and for x in one variable, the first list, y in second list of variables, and printing x comma y. So this is the way of using for loop within the for loop. Likewise, we can also use pass statement. Pass, it halts and puts that no. Instead of getting any error message, you can pass it. So mostly we can use this pass statement inside the error handling blocks. That is nothing but try and catch methods that I will tell you in the next session. Okay. Anyone have any doubt?
So, so the pass and the continue are the same thing?
No, no. Pass is just uh, it exits from the entire loop, but whereas continue means it continues to the next statement. That is the only difference. Fine, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow, and please practice these exercises. I'll provide some of the exercises along with PPTs.